Hey there. So I woke up this morning inspired to share a video specifically about what it's like right now to be an empath, a highly sensitive person during this time where the coronavirus is spreading around the world, and how to best support ourselves during this pretty wild time. The first thing I just say is that it really has impacted me greatly. This has not been an easy experience, especially these last 4 or 5 days. I've noticed myself pretty spun out and pretty impacted. And I've often considered myself to be a pretty resilient person, a very resourced and grounded person. And to find that I was really shaken up kind of shook me up even more. And I think that it's been huge for me to acknowledge, as a very empathic person, as a highly sensitive person, I'm feeling not only my fear, but I'm feeling what's going on in the collective to maybe a larger degree than other people. And I've been waking up at 4 in the morning with this buzzing, gripping tension sensation in my body. I've been noticing myself kind of obsessively checking the news, trying to kind of gather information, almost like a squirrel preparing for winter. Like, oh, I gotta get this information, gather this information. I'm really trying to kind of arm and equip myself right now. I kind of felt a little bit like a chicken with my head cut off these last few days. And intuitively, I really knew, Juna, you know these tools of emotional intelligence and mindfulness. You know that you have to actually let yourself come into presence with all of these things, meaning really coming into the moment, getting grounded, and allowing these feelings to move through me. So as an empath, we're not so good at maybe blocking out what's going on in the world. Maybe we can take some time and some space away from the news, but we also are just feeling what's going on in the collective. And maybe for most of us, never in our lifetime have we been in a place where the whole world is feeling it. The whole world is afraid right now. So I think it's been huge for me just to acknowledge, yeah, I'm feeling what's going on around me. And to give ourselves space and time to allow that feeling, almost like we're a river, just allow that feeling to flow all the way through. And that's what I finally did yesterday. I called and reached out to friends. I had a lot of video chats and phone calls with people, and just expressed and just shared and just heard them. And it wasn't about fixing or solving, it was just about listening to each other. And then last night, I made some time with my partner to kind of just specifically open up to receiving support. And I'm kind of bad at asking for and receiving support, so this felt pretty big. And I just said, hey, are you okay just to really be here and hold space as I just let this intensity and this feeling move all the way through me? And he said, absolutely, sure. And I just opened up, almost like I am this river. I feel everything. I opened up just to letting it move through. And I cried and I wailed and I let my body kind of move with what was coming up. I let my body shake. I spoke words, I made sounds, and oh my goodness, I started to feel like I started to feel more like myself. And there was a few waves of it. But again, I'm sharing this because I think as empaths, as highly sensitive people, we are really impacted right now, and we're feeling this, and we have to make space, in the presence of another ideally, but or over phone or video with another. We have to create space to move these feelings and feel supported in it. And I think also movement, not just speaking, not just crying, but actual physical movement can be really supportive. So shaking, stretching, all of it, letting the body really just allow and move through these feelings. And on the other side of it, even just 30 minutes later, I started to feel like, oh, here I am again. Here I am again. And from that place, I started to have greater insight and clarity about what action steps I actually need to take, how I need to kind of be viewing this scenario, how I need to be continuing to educate myself around all of this. So yeah, I think that piece, and this is kind of what I would share to empath sensitive types right now. Number one, you're feeling a lot. You're not alone. This is really big. And you're feeling not just your own personal fear and grief and pain, but you're feeling what's all around you. And instead of trying to block it out, which I also think that taking breaks from the news is really important, but instead of totally trying to block it out, allow it to just flow through us, through cathartically releasing, through movement, I think is really huge. So number one, feel. Let ourselves feel. Number two, move. Use your bodies right now. If you can, be outside and exercise, go on walks, go on hikes, swim, things that just keep things moving. And then in the confines of your own home, shake, wiggle, dance, move this energy all the way through, because this is a lot. This is really, really big. Number three, I'd say that a huge thing for us empaths and sensitive types is to reach out to support, to have others hold us. If you have a partner and you're at home and you're practicing social distancing, to ask to be held right now is huge. And also to make phone calls, video calls. Our technology these days is amazing. So let's actually connect and reach out to each other. Number four, I think it's also really important that we arm and equip ourselves with facts and statistics that are out there. There's a lot of stats now that are coming out from China and Italy about the reality of this, virus, and how many people actually, can possibly die from it, and who's most at risk, and how to actually protect ourselves. So really just equip yourself with those statistics, with those facts to the best of your ability, and then remind yourself of them throughout the day, as you may get a little spun out. And then number five, and this one has been really important for me, especially in these last 2 days as I'm starting to get grounded again, is to reconnect to spirit, reconnect to source, God, universe, earth. Whatever it is that higher force, that higher power that you believe is here and holding all of us, to take time personally to reconnect to it, to call it in, to let it hold you. And then I think there's something about also sending out a prayer to the larger world right now, because we really do need each other. And we need each other to show up, not just in these kinds of ways, but we need each other's prayers and well wishes. And so for me this morning on my morning run, I picked up 2 flowers that I found on the trail, and I took a deep breath facing the sunshine, and I just invited in the universe, I invited in all our angels just to be with us right now, and imagined the whole earth being really in this, held in this blanket of love and light right now. And I think for us empaths and highly sensitive types, we have a unique gift to be able to channel this deeply sensitive energy into prayer, into love. And so let's use that gift right now. And I guess the last thing I'll just end with here is that, this is a really big time, and may we be kind to each other. May we hold each other, even if it's virtual holding. May we take time to really slow down and settle our nervous systems. And may we have a lot of compassion for ourselves and others. If there is a lot of fear, that's really natural. And how can we feel the fear, move with the fear, so that it's not driving the car, so that it can sit here in the car with us, because I don't think we're going to totally get rid of it, but so that it's not driving and we're not making kind of irrational decisions and running around like chickens with our heads cut off right now. All right, sending you all so much love. Thank you for being here.